Welcome to the new class of electrochemistry. Now, in this class, we are going to learn about Haeckel onsagar treatment and its extension. As we have seen some part of this point in our previous class, I think you must have seen the recorded session of my previous class. If you haven't, please go and watch my watch and listen and write up whatever I told you there in my previous class. Why? Because whatever the previous sessions of our electrochemistry were there, those previous sessions will help you to understand all the points which we are going to learn from today onwards. Why? Because whenever we are learning about simply Debye-Heckel-Onsager treatment or equation or its extension, what is mean by all these things? See, whenever we were learning about simply electrochemistry of solutions in your school days, means in your 11 12, then after in bscs, and now also when you are learning about this electrochemistry at that time, as everybody of knew very well, and everybody of you knows very well, again simply what type of electrochemistry we are learning, the type of electrochemistry which we are going to learn, and that is nothing but Debye-Heckel onsagar treatment and its extension. So sorry, what is whatever that points are there, those points are related with your electrolyte. First thing first, now whatever these electrolytes are there, these electrolytes are of, now you know all this stuff. So whatever this your electrolytes are there, these electrolytes are of two types. Which are they? Can you please tell me in chat box? Yes, I'm waiting for your replies. See, I'm not able to write anything in chat box. I don't know what happened with my chat box. I not exactly chat box. It is something like on. It's the problem with my keyboard. I'll check it out. But before that, I'm waiting for your replies. Electrolytes are of kitty type. Yeah, good. So whatever electrolytes are there, these yes, very good, everyone. And as you said, as you wrote in your chat box, whatever these electrolytes are there, these electrolytes are of two types. Then these electrolytes are of type simply strong electrolyte and the weak electrolyte. Now, once you got clear with strong electrolyte and the weak electrolyte, then we have seen whatever these electrolytes are there, these electrolytes can have their ions in their solution state. Whatever these ions are there, these ions can be of type cation and can be of type anion. And now once you got clear with cation and the anion, then after you can have the, or we were learning about simply in our previous standards, simply about the weak electrolytes. But here question came about this is semester or about the electrochemistry which we wanted to learn, and that is related with what about strong electrolyte, because we are understood, we are very clear with the thing which is nothing but simply weak electrolytes. So again, to learn what about the strong electrolytes, again I'm telling you at once, if you haven't seen my previous recorded sessions, or if you haven't joined my previous classes, you have to and have to watch and cover your all the basic stuff, then and then only you can be clear. Otherwise difficulties will be increasing, and then after at the end of the semester or at the end of the topic, you will be likely that ma'am, I am not clear with anything, now what to do. So the thing should not be like this. So you must have to do, again I'm telling you, simply and simply please clarify your basics, because I told you from very beginning. Now let me be clear with one thing. When we were learning with the strong electrolytes. At that time, as you guys were discussing, means we guys were discussing, simply whatever the strong electrolytes are there, these strong electrolytes are having simply one equation. Let me share with you one slide. I think I forgot to share with you one PDF. So tomorrow only I'll share you all the notes for electrochemistry, the PDF one, so that you can read it before my class, and you can ask your doubts or you can read it so that your points can be very clear. And which is about simply Debye saga treatment. And what is that? One equation is there. One equation is there. To write to that equation, let me just share with you one whiteboard, and big by through onto which I can write our equation. And what is that equation? I have to take a pen, because whatever the notations we have, see, I think mistakenly I have written there. Mistakenly means if you write there lambda, then also there is no problem. But whenever you're learning about this lambda, am I audible, everyone? Is my network is good? It is showing me good, but what about you guys? Currently it's showing me 120 mbps. Is that fine? Can I move? Yeah, okay. Thank you. So whatever your electrolytes are there, these electrolytes have their conductances. And the d by Huckel-Onsager equation we have. Which equation we have? D by Huckel-Onsager equation we have, as we have written in our previous class, at the end of my previous class. What it was, can anybody write here? I'll permit you. Yes. Or should I? Okay, wait. Don't write, because it may take much time. Sorry for a bad handwriting. But as everybody of you knows very well, I'm writing with my fingers. That's why it is like this. Lambda m0. आठवतंय का? In bracket a plus b lambda 0 m into स्क्वेअर ब्रॅकेट करू शकता तुम्ही याला. करू का? याला स्क्वेअर ब्रॅकेट छान नाही आलं. स्क्वेअर ब्रॅकेट आहे असं समजून घ्या फक्त आता. And into c raised to half. Sorry for such a bad handwriting. So lambda m is equals to lambda 0 m means lambda not m. And whenever you have this not sign, not sign, why? Because we are using not sign. This sign we use, this means this one, huh? So whatever this one sign is there, this one sign is just for the sake of explaining your infinite dilutions. What type of dilution? Infinite dilution. And now whatever you are, m is why? Because we are not writing this is as lambda. See, when you write up now this lambda, at that time you are considering in our chemistry as wavelength, and this lambda is capital lambda, huh? So in electrochemistry we use the lambda without this विदाउट दिस हे जे आहे ना वरचा पोर्शन तो लिहित नाही आपण लॅमडाचा हा वाला, फक्त काय लिहितो कॅप्स लॅमडा हा असा असतो. म्हणून मी इथून पुढे जेव्हा असं लिहितीये तेव्हा कन्फ्यूज होऊ नका. अब से आगे मैं जब भी लिखती हूँ लैम्ब्डा बोलती हूँ तो आप लोग प्लीज कंफ्यूज मत हो, क्योंकि आप लोगों ने मे भी पहले पढ़ा है, नहीं पढ़ा है, पढ़ा था कौन था पढ़ाने को, कैसा था, बट अब मैं हूं तो मुझे मेरे स्टूडेंट्स को हर एक चीज समझनी बहुत जरूरी है. तो अब ये जो कुछ भी लैम्ब्डा यम है, सो लैम्ब्डा यम इज इक्वल्स टू लैम्ब्डा यम 0 और लैम्ब्डा नॉट यम. आप ऐसे पढ़ सकते हो, इसे इसे कैसे पढ़ सकते हो गाइस, लैम्ब्डा नॉट यम माइनस a plus b into lambda not m into c raised to half किंवा under root of c, one and the same, yes or no. So if you are clear with this equation, and I think you are clear with this equation because we have derived already in our previous classes whatever this equation is. So see, whatever this equation is here, this equation is having, because whatever this equation is there, in this equation there we have some things. Some things means not exactly the thing, some points. So some points we have, and whatever those points are there, those points are regarding a, b and c, a, b and c. So before going towards again c is nothing but this simply concentration. Sorry, c is nothing but the concentration, and whatever this concentration is there, this concentration is about your molar solvent, is about what, molar solvent. And now let me continue with the point, what is mean by this a and b. See, I told you again at once in my previous class what it was. It is about simply whatever a and b are there, these are simply your constants, these are simply your constant, two constants. Now to explain all the effects, to explain all the effects, you have you means already we have already learned all the points which are about simply the ionic atmosphere, simply the ionic atmosphere. And बसा 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 काही नाही, बसा 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 guys, just I'll be back in a minute, huh? Yeah. So let me continue. Am I audible? Am I audible, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So, as in our previous classes about onsagar treatment and its extension, in this point we have seen our two effects, or the effects which we want to learn. Those are nothing but ionic atmosphere, and then after we have seen one effect which is nothing but the electrophoretic effect, where we have seen what about our ionic atmosphere in the presence of electric field. And now I'm going to explain you what about viscous effect. What about viscous effect? Now before uh, telling me, before starting or before explaining anything about viscous effect, let me share with you one slide to explain this viscous effect. See, before going towards anything, let me be clear with you guys. इक्वेशन्स खूप मोठे मोठे दिसतील, तुम्हाला वाटेल फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री किती डिफिकल्ट आहे अँड ऑल, बट इट इज नॉट लाईक दॅट. सिम्पली इन दिस our extension, in this our extension, let me be clear again, I'm telling you, simply here we are placing the constant values, means firstly we are calculating, and then after we are putting that values, and then after only we are then after we are just simply explaining the extension. Okay, and be not please do not get confused with anything, because it is as simple as that. Okay, and you will be clarify everything. Okay, let me share with you one slide. Give me a minute. So, wait, I'm loading this slide. So, which effect we are learning? Yes, guys? Which effect we are going to learn? See, if I'm going to write everything on whiteboard, then it will take much time. That's why I use this thing. And if you are not getting anything, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me anything anytime. Okay. So, whatever the viscous effect is here, this viscous effect is explaining us about viscosity of about liquids, but in which you are preparing your solution. Now, solution is the combination of solute plus a solvent. Solute plus a solvent. Then after, whatever your solutions are there, whatever our solutions are there, these solutions can have their ions. Can have their ions. What do I mean by that? Simply, if you have one electrolyte, that might, one electrolyte, here we are considering which electrolyte? Yes, guys? We are considering which electrolyte?
Strong
Which
elect
electrolyte, na?
strong.
Weak electrolyte? Is
No
it?
मॅम स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइट साठी ऑसो डायल्युशन यूज करतो
And now,
डी
what about we are learning? Can
स्ट्रॉंग
anybody? What it is? Very
स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट
Very good. It means you are following. So, whatever these your strong electrolytes are there, these strong electrolyte solutions you are preparing, and now whenever you have these strong electrolyte solutions at that time, obviously whatever the strong electrolyte is there, that strong electrolyte will get dissociate. Once it is getting dissociate, it means that it can have two ions. Now I am representing them by C plus and A minus. Means what do I mean by this? Cation and anion in short. So C प्लस ए माइनस के लिए अब मैं जहां पर भी मतलब आप लोगों को एक्सप्लेन करने वाली हूं, यहाँ पर हम जो कुछ भी हमारे मोबिलिटीज है, क्या है मोबिलिटीज, why we are calling our why we are calling our what we can say mobile phones as mobile phone. Why? Because in very previous days or before decade there was like not exactly decade, it could be 2 decades. Before 2 decades there was simply cordless phone, then after just phones were there, and nowadays we have every one of us is having personal phone, personal mobile, you can say. Now why we are calling this is as mobile? Because we can have, it can be mobile, it can be move, it can move from one position or one distance or one place to the another one place. Is it or not? Yeah, is it or not? Is it or not? Yes. Yes or no? What happened? Am I audible to everyone? Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody is getting clear. Yeah, okay. So, whatever your mobile phones are there, why? Because I'm telling you all these things, because you must have to know whatever our solutions are there, that those solutions have their solute or their electrolytes simply ions, and whatever these ions are there, these ions, electrolytes, whatever these electrolytes are there in its solution, those can have their ions mobility, and whatever this mobility is there, that mobility can be given by lambda. बघा रे, मी इथे नोट करतीये, lambda is equals to f into u plus u minus. What is this? F into u plus u minus, where you may ask me, what is mean by f, ma'am? F is nothing but a Faraday's constant. Why? Because we are taking here Faraday's constant, because whatever this Faraday's constant is there, whenever we are dealing with the ions, at that time whatever ions are there, these ions study, we can learn with the help of Coulombic forces of attraction. What? With Coulombic forces of attraction. And now whatever these your u plus and u minus are there, these u plus u minus are nothing but the ionic mobilities of of cation and the anion respectively. Means what? u plus दिखेगा तो वो किसकी मोबिलिटी होगी? कैटियन की. और u माइनस दिखेगा तो वो किसकी मोबिलिटी होगी? एनियन की. फिर आप बोलोगे कि मैम यहाँ पर और एक प्लस दिख रहा है इक्वेशन में, तो वो किसके लिए है? तो वो आपके कैटियन और एनियन के एडिशन के लिए है. इज दैट क्लियर टू एवरीवन अप टिल दिस?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now whatever these your charges are there, now whatever these your charges are there, these charges means you, what is the term which is involving about your charges, u plus or u minus, simply nothing different for your cation or for your anion, everything is same, just only the charges are different. So what it is nothing but, firstly we will see about our cation, and then after we will go towards simply our anion. See, so whatever you are this cations are there, for them u plus minus. Now you may ask me, ma'am, u plus not means this is the cation's mobility at an infinite dilution. You should be clear with this zero on its head. You कुठेही इथे लॅमडा झिरो असला म्हणजे at an infinite dilution, that term at an infinite dilution. Is that clear? Now let me continue with the point. And what is that? So whatever this u plus is here, what is that u plus, what is that value? So simply, for your symmetrical ion symmetrical, your electrolyte symmetrical means what? It can have same number of cations and same number of anions. And now u plus minus k minus k into z plus e0 upon 6 pi eta plus e0 into omega, or you can say w, and by 6 epsilon kt into u plus. What is this? This is nothing but term. This is what is this that I am not going to tell you just now. So whatever this value is there, this is nothing but the expansion, or this is nothing but the just explanation for your one ion. But what is that ion? That ion is nothing but simply your cation. And now, as I told you just now, simply whatever the things are here, whichever for your cation, those will be same as that of for your anion. आता इथे ना मला पॉसिबल होत नाहीये स्क्रीनवरती इथे तुम्हाला एक बॉक्स करायला. वेट अ मिनिट, आय ट्राय ॲट वन्स. डन. सो आता पहा, काय तेच सेम आहे का सगळ्या टर्म्स? आर दे सेम? सो yes, only u minus k, z minus, z means what? It is nothing but the charge, it is about charges. Means what? हे कशावरून येतात? पहिली गोष्ट, एक गोष्ट की तुम्ही कन्फ्यूज नाही व्हायचे ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी कशा आल्या काय आल्या बिकॉज यू कॅन हॅव और आय कॅन गिव्ह यू all the explanation of all this with the help of D by Haeckel theory, their ionic atmosphere and all. But it is not there in our syllabus. That's why we are learning directly. We are skipping on this equation directly. Now, when you are learning about these your equations at that time, you must have to know one thing, one which is regarding these terms, and that is all these things you are giving on the basis of Coulombic forces of attraction or Coulomb's law म्हणू आपण सरळ सरळ. And now coming back to the point, are is everything is same as that of this one equation? So yes, all except only it's a notation that is minus and plus. Why? Because one term is for your cation and another term is for anion. I think you guys are pretty clear with the explanation. If yes, then tell me. If no, then also tell me so that I can move towards next point. I'm waiting for your replies. You can tell me in chat box. इतनी देर लगाते हो ना बोलने के लिए. Why are just only if you mention now y and n, then I can also be clear, huh? You need not to tell every time yes ma'am clear like this much sentence every time. You can type only y and n. If you are not clear, then n. Let me continue. So for a symmetrical electrolyte, what can we have for a symmetrical electrolyte? We can have Z plus, Z minus, and is equals to Z. Means what? Total Z is equals to Z plus or Z minus. Means it's ions. Or you can represent it. See, do not get confused with the signs. Plus is for cation, minus is for anion. And do not try to cancel them out because it's Z and Z. Whatever their charges are, those are to explain whether it is cation or whether it is anion. So it can become like Z plus or Z minus, that is equals to 2Z. Are you clear? Understood? So whatever this lambda is there, this lambda, where is? Which one is?
Ma'am,
Yeah. Continue. Which is? Yes, Rutuja, I'm waiting.
no, ma'am, म्हणजे मी नाही विचारला क्वेश्चन तो. मी दुसराच विचारणार होते. सिमेट्रिकल इलेक्ट्रोलाइट म्हणजे नेमकं सिमेट्रिकल.
They're symmetric means number of cations and anions will be same.
सेम ना?
समझ?
ठीक.
हम्म,
हा हा ओके मॅम.
ठीक आहे. दुसरं कोणीतरी विचारत होतं मला चॅटबॉक्स मध्ये जायचं असेल तर हे सगळं कॅन्सल करायला लागतं. सो प्लीज यू कॅन आस्क बाय अनम्युटिंग युअर सेल्फ.
पूजा विचारत आहे की ते एफ नाहीये का
हा,
ते
yes.
स्क्वेअर ब्रॅकेटच्या अगोदर त्याच्यानंतर प्लस करून आपण anion ची टर्म लिहिली आहे ना तर त्याच्या अगोदर एफ का नाहीये?
Oof. Pooja, what type of confusion you have? See, guys, what I told you here, this lambda, huh? Lambda is equals to this equation. See this equation. Lambda is equals to F into U plus U minus. We are not at all multiplying this F with this your U plus and U minus. Why are you getting confused with this F only? It's just only Faraday's constant. Hmm? Are you clear, Pooja? Garad, are you clear? Are you clear? Please tell me quickly. Yeah, okay. Any more doubts? Any more questions? If yes, then please ask without any hesitation, because nobody is going to help you in your examination. You have to tackle each and everything yourself. Okay. Anybody else? Chalo. By consider, yeah, okay. Now I'm considering that you guys are pretty clear up till this, and now whatever you are, this lambda is the this lambda is equals to, now again, f u plus and u minus. Now we took u plus u minus as a constant, and now minus, let me clear, yeah, u plus u minus, just what you did, you are taking them just only कॉमन, मीन्स बाहर निकाल रहे हो ब्रैकेट में. देन आफ्टर जो कुछ भी टर्म्स है वो टर्म्स आपके ब्रैकेट, आपके स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में क्या क्या रहते हैं वो देख लेंगे अब हम. ओके, सो ऑल द टर्म्स आर सेम, all the terms are same for your cation and anion. So whatever these terms are there, these terms are right in front of you. What are those terms? Z, and now here we are not writing plus and minus for your side. E0, then after F, E0, then after simply whatever your term is there, that the term is F into K by 3 pi N, by 3 pi N, sorry, not N, is it's eta, that is nothing but the viscosity, plus E0 square WK or omega k upon 6 epsilon kt into f e0 square into omega into k in upon 6 epsilon kt into f into u plus, but here this u plus and u minus are nothing but at an infinite dilution. But when you have this means this value, what is that value? Lambda 0 is equals to f into u plus u minus, what you have, lambda not equals to, lambda not equals to काय असतं, f into u plus u minus, ही जी दिसते ना तुम्हाला इथे व्हॅल्यू, दिस इज इक्वल्स टू लॅमडा नॉट. मग काय करणार तुम्ही? यू विल बी पुटिंग द व्हॅल्यू in your equation. So what is that value? What is that value? Simply that value for in your equation will be lambda is equals to lambda naught. Lambda is equals to काय बेटा? Lambda naught. कसं आलं? Do not wonder here and there, do not confuse with how it became, or is it the difficult stuff? It is not at all difficult stuff. It's as simple as that. I told you again, lambda 0 is equals to काय आहे मी लिहून दाखवतीये. lambda 0 is equals to simply f into u नॉट प्लस, थोडस हे स्क्रीनच्या वरती जाते, दिस इज नॉट, हा झिरो असं झिरो, ओके, प्लस प्लस काय, हे हे इथलं प्लस अँड म्यू, सॉरी म्यू नॉट मायनस. ओके, मग आपण काय करणार, इन अवर इक्वेशन वी हॅव दिस व्हॅल्यू, सो by placing this value in our this equation we will get our equation as lambda is equals to lambda naught, lambda is equals to lambda naught minus lambda is equals to lambda naught minus z into ये जो कुछ भी अब वैल्यू है उसको जैसे का वैसा लिखा है. और अब मुझे बोलो ये जो कुछ भी वैल्यू है ये मतलब ये f into u naught plus u naught minus, that is equals to what guys? Lambda naught. What is that? Lambda naught. So it will be as it is, means what our equation will be, थोडा हॉचपॉच झालेला क्लिअर करते. सो वॉट एव्हर दिस इक्वेशन इज देअर, दिस इक्वेशन इज लॅमडा इज इक्वल्स टू लॅमडा नॉट. Lambda is equals to lambda naught into, as we have all these constant values as it is, we will write it. So as it is we have written here, and then after this, wait, thoda chota pen karte. Yes, lambda 0, lambda 0, and काय हे इतका अर्जंट आहे का रे तुझा क्लास चालू आहे? So lambda is equals to lambda 0 minus our equation will be lambda is equals to lambda 0 minus z into e0 f into k upon 3 pi eta plus e0 square omega k up upon 6 epsilon k t. तुझी मीटिंग राहू दे, मग मी दाखवते तुला, थांब थोडा. So lambda is equals to lambda 0 minus z into where I was, sorry for disturbance, let me continue where we were. Lambda is equals to lambda naught minus whatever the constants we got here, you put it as it is, and into lambda naught. You should not get confused with it. Okay, now replace k by k, replace k by its value. म्हणजे काय, मी काय म्हटलं होतं तुम्हाला, जो कुछ भी आपके कांस्टेंट्स है ए बी एंड के, उनके आपको कांस्टेंट्स सॉरी वैल्यूज पुट करने हैं. तो अब ये जो कुछ भी वैल्यूज है, तो ये वैल्यूज आपको मिलने वाले हैं, बट उससे पहले what is this? K is equals to this one. Simply take this, and now there is no shortcut to mug up this equation. And if you don't want to mug up this equation, then you can have a detailed explanation for this equation, which I'll send you. Okay, so lambda is equals to lambda 0. What we learn up till this, lambda is equals to lambda naught minus whatever the value. पहा इथे थोडंसं हॉटस्पॉट झालेला क्लिअर करते स्क्रीनवरचा. So in above equation, in this equation, we are replacing k value. We are replacing k with its value, and what you are getting is everything same as that of the previous one in this equation, except k. Instead of k, we are putting 8 pi z square into e0 square into c upon epsilon kt whole raised to half into na upon 1000 raised to half. And whatever this constant, this all the terms are there, these are for your k, these are for your k. Now epsilon lambda is equals to lambda naught minus whatever the values are there, z as it is, e0 as it is, f as it is. Instead of k, you have to write all this stuff you have written there, and upon 3 pi eta. Then what it will be, e0 square omega into k, or omega into k, or w into k. So whatever this e0 square into omega is, just consider omega upon 6 epsilon kt into what happened, into you have the k value, and whatever this k value is there, this k value is simply this k value you are putting, it's all the detail one value, and then after you can get this equation. And once you have all these things, then you can have or you can know from this equation, once you put all these values, then whenever you have this equation, detail one equation, let me yeah, now whatever the equation is there which is in this square bracket, and this boxed one equation is the equation which is a very very famous equation, which is for a d by Huckel, which is called as a d by Huckel equation for symmetrical electrolyte, and whatever this equation is there, this equation, if you don't want, see हमने क्या किया था, पहले मैंने आप लोगों को बोला था क्या है हमारा डी बाय हकेल-ओनसागर इक्वेशन, दिस इज द डी बाय हकेल-ओनसागर इक्वेशन. But if you guys want a detailed explanation of this equation, then it is right in front of you. And what is that? All this stuff. Okay. And now if you want to be, as I told you previously, do not get confused with this equation, because you may get, I know some of you will be. So before any confusion, I told you that whatever you are going to do in this equation, that is about simply lambda is equals to lambda naught minus a plus b into lambda naught into c raised to half. आता थोडं समजून घ्या, मी बोटांनी लिहितेय तर मी सी हाफ ना खालती लिहिते. सो सी रेज टू हाफ. And what is all these things? One means a and another means b, and into lambda and naught into c raised to half, or you can write it as under root c. So whatever all these things are there, if you put up the constant, if you want to shorten that equation, then your equation is, sorry, its screen is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So whatever your equation is there, this equation is called as d by Huckel-Onsager equation for symmetrical electrolytes, where whatever the a and b are there, these a and b can be constant. And if you are taking both of them as a constant, then you can rewrite your equation as, I'll make a box again here for your equation. And what is that? Lambda is equals to lambda naught minus constant. See, you can write or you can explain it on the basis of this equation. What is that? Lambda naught minus as it is a and b काय आहेत तुमचे constant आहेत. Instead of this you have written just only constant into lambda naught and into c raised to half किंवा under root c. Is that clear to everyone up to this? If yes, then just विचार श्रद्धा.
आणि ते 6 पाय आहे ना स्टार्टिंगला
6 by
इटा
इटा.
इटा
हा
6 पाय इटा कसं आलं
6 by इटा कसं आलं?
6 पाय इटाच्या जागी 3 पाय इटा आलं खाली. सिमेट्रिकल इलेक्ट्रोलाइट आहे ना त्याच्या खाली एक इक्वेशन आहे तिथं 3 पाय इटा आलं.
2z नाही का बेटा तिथे?
मग मॅडम इथं 6 ते दुसरं आहे ना ई स्क्वेअर अपॉन ओमेगा के अपॉन 6 ते काय म्हणतात ई के टी आहे बघा.
But
मग
let me continue with the
ठीक आहे.
equation. Let me continue with the point, and then only then at the last you ask. Okay?
ओके
I'll give you time. Okay? Wait, just only one equation is left. Okay, guys? Okay, Shraddha? Hmm. So, whatever the equation we have on this, after this equation, we can explain the thickness of our radius. We can explain the thickness of radius of whom? Of the ionic electrodes. So whatever these ionic electrodes are there, these ionic electrodes can be surrounded by a reference ion. They can be surrounded by a reference ion, and whatever this reference ion is there, this reference ion can be, this can be called, or this can be explained by K is equals to B into, wait, let me take a pen. Huh. So K is equals to B into I raised to half, that is equals to 8, this is 8, huh? 8 pi Z square E0 square Na upon epsilon KT into 1000 raised to half into C raised to half. That is equals to, that is equals to 8 pi epsilon, E0 square into Na upon epsilon kt into 1000 raised to half into C raised to half. So whatever this equation is there, in this equation we have, in this equation we have simply whatever your ions are there, these ions for your simply strong electrolytes, for your strong electrolytes, whatever their ions, or you can say their Z is there, that one is 1, that one is kitty 1, and then your equation, this equation will become this equation, as you can see, as you can observe it very easily from the data. There is only we have put it there, value of Z is equals to 1. Now this theory, whatever this theory is there, this theory can give you simply the Colrausch form or Colrausch equation form. How it can give you Colrausch equation form? It is equals to, it is equals to, simply it is equals to lambda is equals to lambda naught minus a into c raised to half, where, as everybody of you knows very well, whatever this a is there, this a is nothing but a constant, and lambda is nothing but the lambda naught, sorry, lambda nahi, lambda naught is nothing but the conductivity. It is nothing but the conductivity at an infinite dilution, at an infinite dilution. Huh. Now I'm done at this point, and now I'm just stopping my recording here and continuing your doubts. Okay.